Generation Toy Scraper. This is a third-party Transformers Masterpiece scaled scrapper. Part of Devastator, the Constructicons. It's the first time I've done a video with a third party. I did own this one about 4, 5. Oh god, for the year just blends together, don't you, when you get old? But I own this and 2 of the other ones of these. So I owned 3 of these a few years ago, but I just wasn't able to complete the set. And then getting them individually was a fucking nightmare, bordering impossible. So I had to buy the whole set, which was a massive chunk of change, which I just could not afford at the time. So I sold these at quite a considerable loss because I just couldn't complete the set. Same with the Stunticons. I had 2. I forget which ones I had. I don't know the Stunticons very off the top of my head. But it was the white one and then the black car I had. But same situation. I couldn't complete the set at the time of release, and then after the fact, it was a fucking nightmare. And they are extremely difficult to find, but I shan't harp on it too much about that. I'll look at this set I have. The packaging of these is absolute god tier. I don't think I've personally dealt with anything that is as well packaged as these, that feel so high end, I guess is the best way to describe it. Luxurious, maybe. So you got the sleeve there. Open it up to this slide up box. That looks super. Obviously these are second hand. I got the whole set off eBay. I was eyeing this chap that was selling the same 3 that I sold him back, funnily enough, for even more of a loss than what he bought them from me for. But again, if I'd have bought those for, I would have been the same boat I was in all those years ago. But I found this full set on eBay, and I was just like, this is just destiny, innit? So hopefully these are all good. These are the instructions. I do believe these are complete. We will not be bothering with combine mode because these videos have a tendency to be long as fuck as they are. So I'll say putting them into combine mode for the Devastator himself. So yeah, and these, I mean, 1 page, 2 page, well, 4 page, you know what I mean? And then boom, he's in robot mode, so it shouldn't be anywhere near as much of a long process as Dinobot, fucking Megatron, Rhinox, Tigatron, how long they've been in the past. I mean, I have messed with this before, so I am familiar with it. How familiar, we'll see. How much I remember, we'll see. Yeah, these solid booklet instructions. These are, I can't remember what year this came out. But yeah, it's been out for a long while. These still look nice and what have you. Foam on the top. And there he is. Anything else in the bottom? Anything on the bottom? Nope, don't think there would be. They can go to the side. You get a head. Okay, and you get his gun, his pew-pew, his shooty gun that folds in, and then the rest of that is just solid. This is, I didn't mention, this is more of a stylized take on the character rather than it being true to like a cartoon or I think even a real, vehicle. It's just like their, the company who designed it, it's their, interpretation of this guy. But yeah, he's put this shouldn't cut. Well, it doesn't come with the symbol because the symbol's trademarked and stuff. But that's just a sticker that the chap's put on after the fact. I assume it was a chap. I don't remember his name. But I think it's a safe assumption, isn't it? Let's be honest. But I love these so much. I love them so much. Nice and dusty in there. These they'll probably all need a bit of a clean down, but I'm not gonna or bother with that too much. The top of that is all a little bit chipped there and stuff. I mean, part of me did want to rebuy those old ones I had, just so I had the ones that I had, but then I'd be left with just like, I mean, this chap's tried selling them for 25, 30 quid each, and if you bought like more than one, he was good. He was happy to do you an offer, but then I'd just be left with, you know, 2 of these, you know. But I mean, at least I know if I've got a problem with any of these ones. At least there's a backup like out there somewhere. Right, just move that a little bit because I'm not used to it being so low. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if this is. I think it's rubber, like a really solid, soft, but also a little bit firm, hard plastic. Get a movement there. That doesn't seem to lock in. Can't see anywhere where that would lock in. But you've got some joints at the back of his legs there. And that just sort of rests. I mean, I'd like it if that locked into place. It should really. It should really lock into place, like from a design point of view. But it doesn't. I mean, it will sit there, and if you wanted them in vehicle form for whatever reason. Well, I say that, but I quite like all the Seekers, Starscream, all the jets. I quite like them in vehicle mode. So I'm not being disparaging or anything if you do like them in vehicle mode. What I wasn't intended to be anyway is what I should say. But yeah, it will sit in vehicle form absolutely fine, no problem there. Wheels all roll. Roller tree, there we go. Stage left and stage right. This has got multiple bits of articulation. Should you down there, has tucked up nice and tight. Dumping it over himself. Yeah. I think, if I remember rightly, this gun, if you took that in there and just pushed that in there, you get weapons storage. Get his feet out of the way for a second. Maybe that doesn't need to tuck him in. Maybe that just need to lie down flat. Maybe. Yeah. You will gain yourself some weapon storage in vehicle mode and an exhaust to complete the look. So how cool is that? Fucking lovely jubbly. It is a lovely shade of green. The bits of dark purple. These move. I don't know if that should be up like that. I mean, that looks cool that way, and it also looks cool that way. So it's whichever sort of takes your fancy, I suppose. But there is a cutout there, so I assume that's where it's intended to go. Unless that cutout is more for robot mode. I don't know. Let's see what the. How does this have them? Yeah, that one, the vehicle mode's got them up but pointing towards the back. So that's how they should. That's how they intended it to look, it would seem. So, yeah, there you go. Right, I'm not really sure what this head's for, if I'm going to be completely honest, but you get a spare head. I don't 100% remember getting a head. Getting heads, I remember. Getting a head last time, I got it, but like I said, it was a few years ago. I don't know why, because that head looks. I don't fucking know. But there you go. So let's get this sucker transformed. I will refer to the instructions if I get stuck or get lost, but I don't remember these being megally complicated. So I'm hoping just a little bit of intuition, a little bit of common sense will get me where I want to go. So let's get these arms out, bend that, fold that down, flip that up, bring that round, and then bring that round. No, that's right, yeah. Pop that in there. Bring that up there. That looks good to me. It looks right. It feels right anyway. Open that out. That seems to be spring loaded because that's just shot right. It is spring loaded. Does that lock into place? Was that way? I think it was. Let's say it was. Come on, mate. Let's just pop back in there like a good little joint. There we go. Fucking magic. Or maybe that would be better if I put that in there and then just collapse that on there. That's got to be it, surely. This is just one thing there. Is that it for that? Is that all that arm is? What does this do? Does that do anything? Does that come down there? I think so, yeah. So you bring that round, and then bring this, unless that's just for robot mode. I don't know. Let's consult, shall we? Yeah, it says bring them up. That might be better like that, I think. Yeah. Let's leave it like that. That's how we're doing it anyway. That's how it's going to happen. So let's take that off from there. Having a bit more of a controlled manner this time. He says, fails. Fucking hell. There we go. The instant reveal. Fold that back, push it up there. Okay, I should have done that first, probably. Bring that off, fold that in, rotate that around, pop him up there. You can now chill up there, and we'll just fuck you off for a minute because you're in the way. Bring that black bit back, put that bit in there, and then we'll just bring this out so it locks into place. There you go. That looks a little bit weak, but no mega drama there. And we will. Do I need to do anything with you? Don't think so, not really. That might be something to do with the combined mode, I would suspect. What, I assume it's just separate, yep. What happens there? Does that come off? Yep. Oh shit. That might help. Or it might not. This is his. Just a waist turn? No, surely not. This is weighted the right way. So that goes up there. And then this just fucks off, I guess. Is that where it was before? Where was that before? Was that down there? That was down there, wasn't it? Yeah, and then that comes up there. And then that rotates around there. That can come down there. Oh, it's all making sense to me. That can live in there. Yeah, let's marry them up. For the most part, that's working out all right. I think. Does that do anything else? I don't think so. Yep, I'm pretty happy this is the way that's supposed to go. And then that just lives on there. And that's his right leg. Done and dusted. These side bits do move, but nothing for anything we need to be concerned about at le moment. So straighten his leg out. Bring his foot out. Lift this up. Let this take that off there as well. Let that rotate down. Double joint that into there. Am I missing something in there? Don't think so. It's just not. Yeah, it's just not sitting in there particularly well. So I will do this side how I think I'm supposed to do it, and I will just quickly consult. That fella can go in there. That can live there. That can get tucked there. Oh, I miss hearing ratchets, I must admit. I do a little bit miss it. No, I do believe that they just sort of go how I've got them, I think. It just doesn't seem like it's... There's nowhere for anywhere else for that to tab in. Other than that down there, and that isn't enjoying being tabbed in there. So maybe this is just a case of you have to remember that it is a third party, so those little QC things you've got to be aware of. And let's pop this down. It has got a head in there. And that looks like the right head. So what are the other heads for? I've got fucking no idea. So yeah, there you go. Does that cab move at all, or is that cab purely moving for the the combined mode? Which I believe it is, yeah. So we'll put him back in there, and we'll give him a bit of a fold. Excuse the rumbly stomach if you heard that. Okay, now. Yeah, I think it's just that. The only other thing would be, yeah, that's gonna massively get in the way, that is. See, if that could be like that, that would be epic. That would be the way I'd want it to go. Oh, hold on. Oh, no, it won't. Once that's up there, that is that done. That isn't getting any further than that, so it is destined to be there. That is how that is going to live. There is no other way around that. So let's bring I just feel that scoop is just a smidge too high. But it might be right. Yeah, I think it's right. Yeah, I think that's just how it's supposed to be. Yeah, I don't think there's much else I can do about that. There you go. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from having. Oh, although that looks a bit stupid, doesn't it? Yeah, I think so anyway. Yeah, that is the best way to go. Am I feeling nostalgic for this? Surely it's not that old. It's not old enough for me to feel nostalgic for. That is outrageous. Surely not. But there you go. Get his legs sorted out. Stand up straight, motherfucker. There he is. What? Just do his gun quickly. His gun. How does his gun go? That's a good question. That just slides in. Yeah, that's it. Slides in there. Boom. Gun. Holds his gun pretty well. There you go. If you want a relative comparison, you won't. You're not going to get one, to be honest, because the only thing I've got is Beast Wars stuff, which is obviously not really relevant to this guy. But from what I can remember, and again, it has been a while since I've owned any, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but from what I can remember, he is about the same size as a Masterpiece car. A Carbot comes up to about, I think, about head height, maybe a little bit smaller off the top of my head. So that should give you an idea of how big or not big he is. But there you go. Obviously, he is very stylized, like I mentioned. He's got a very dirty scoop. He has enormous. I wish the scoop was. I wish there was something you could do just to get the scoop not so, like, if you just put it somewhere a bit more subtle. I wonder if you can do that and then bring that. That's in the exact same position, pretty much. Oh, hold on, you got some pegs there. So I wonder if you're supposed to just do that, have that sitting free, but it be held in by the clampitude of the scoop. That's the one, yeah. That might have been instructions. I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm gonna go back and have a quick look. See, I don't see anything. This is on the first page. Wait there a second, bud. I'm not seeing anything that involves lifting the cab up and then bringing the cab back. So maybe there's a way of doing it and I'm just being a bit mentally ridiculous. No, I don't think so. Because once it gets there, look, if you look at that picture there, in his last robot form, you see how high the joints are for the scoop. They're almost a complete head above him. Here, they're below him. So whether this is the correct way of doing it or not, I mean, you're not. I don't think you're going to be. So they come back down as well. I forgot about that. Get you some back of the leg movement, and then that little exhaust can just fold down, but not very far. So it's still. But yeah, whatever. There you go. The only issue really is this side. This side seems to be on board. Oh no, look, it's not tabbed in there. But I don't know if this is just because the hole's not the right size or something. So it's just forcing it to open. I'm not sure. Oh, it's not in the wrong. It's in the wrong. It's not. To be fair, it's irritating because I'm aware of it. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not really a problem because you can't see that much. You can't see that side. That's a bit obnoxious. That might need maybe the hole or the peg. Maybe the hole needs biggening. Biggening? Or there's something else that I've missed, but I don't think there is. I think that's just literally it. It doesn't seem to. That's supposed to sort of find somewhere to sit. Because that should go in that hole. Well, not hole, but that cutout. And then that comes around next, and then that should just live in there. But hey, it still looks good, to be fair. I am definitely nitpicking. I am very happy with this. I do feel like I might even be feeling a bit nostalgic for it. You get that all the way around to your butt up to the scoop. Obviously, you can move the scoop out of the way, so you should you so choose. Up there's pretty good. No butterfly. You get that out of the arm, which I think for the time was about standard, really. You get all the knuckles on one joint there. That rotates to there. Maybe a bit further, but I'm not going to force it because I don't think you'd want it any further than that, really, anyway. You get waist all the way around. You get little flaps on his legs that you can move to get a little bit more forward motion. You get back. Oh, lovely ratchet. You get out there on the still a nicely tightened joint, to be fair, after all this time. Fair play. So if you're moving that, just be careful when you then go to move the waist, because if that lifts up, that does then interrupt the waist movement. So if you start going like into it, to be fair, it's just going to lower it. Actually, that's quite good, to be fair. Yeah, it's quite good, to be fair. You get that many forward, you could probably get that's probably actually. Get that out of it. You get 90 from the knee, so that's pretty good. These joints still feel fucking brilliant, in all fairness. You get light piping, which is, and you get locked down, up a tiny bit. I see swivels there. I'm not too bothered about it, but I'd much rather that be paint. Like a metallic red would look wicked. But you know, I mean, maybe when I get all the set, if I don't like them all being light pipe. I mean, what's the point of having light piping if behind your back you got a fucking scoop and a cab that size? Like, what are you doing? What are you fucking doing, mate? You know. But there you go. But yeah, I might take it down to a Hobbycraft or something. Just get someone just to pop a bit of red over there. I don't know if I trust myself to do it. But yeah, overall, he's missing a little bit of articulation, but for the time, I think it was probably about right what you got from him. And in terms of the colour you're seeing on camera, the colours are a little bit muted on camera. So the green is a bit more of a lime green, and the purple, while it is a dark, it is a little bit brighter in person. I think the colours in person are better than what's on the camera, for what that's worth. Should anyone be considering about buying this in this sort of day and age, if you will, with fucking X-Transbots and Fans Toys both doing Constructicons. And X-Transbot one does look really good. It does look really good. But I just always loved this stylized version. The whole, I mean, I think they're all the same company, I think, under different names. This one is obviously Generation Toy. Before that was Warbotron, and they did Bruticus. And then after this, they did the Stunticons, who combined to form Menasor. And I think that was under Transform Mission, and they're a fucking nightmare to find. I'd love to get those three sets, the RDW Megatron, just because of these aren't RDW. I don't think. I think they're just stylized. Like the company is stylized them in their own way. Like they're not paying homage to a particular like media, like a particular interpretation. It's just their own interpretation of it. But the RDW Megatron, I think, would look wicked with these teams. But yeah, I mean, last year, towards the end of last year, that's when I got this Generation Toy and the Warbotron. So I got them in quick succession, back to back. So the feet as well, yeah, you get quite a good forward. Cracking tilt, you know. If you really want to cheat it, then get the right angle. It's going to look absolutely fine. Again, I think the upper end, the articulation doesn't sort of match how good the lower is. But see how good does that look? Stops fucking wobbling over the shop. But yeah, this is very happy with this. Very, very happy. I mean, Transformers is it's almost what got me collecting. I've always been like collecting little bits and bobs here and there and stuff, but Transformers was always a big thing I've collected. And at the minute, any Transformers stuff I've got is all the Beast Wars Masterpiece stuff. So yeah, I did enjoy the Masterpiece stuff for a while, but there was just so much, and none of it was consistent in how it all looked like across the board. Like there wasn't a complete set of G1 stuff. I mean, I initially liked the Masterpiece stuff because all the vehicles are based on real cars. It was just those modern cars being licensed and then them transforming into how they looked on screen. And then they've got more and more cartoon based, which I just don't particularly care for. But ironically, the Beast Wars anime, the beast forms in that are accurate to the screen rather than real life looking beasts, like with the textures and stuff, like Cheetah having like almost 8-bit spots, and I like that. But it's just what it is. But I just think that the cartoon is just it's just too simple, far too simple. But anyway, that's almost irrelevant to what I'm fucking looking at right now. I could go on a whole little talk. Transformers isn't something I really get to talk about all that often, to be fair. Having just a Beast Wars every once in a while. So yeah, it's just nice to talk about it for a change, I suppose. I'm not sure what these are. They're not. They're a little. There's a little bit of like give to them. But yeah, like I said, this is something I'm familiar with. I think it was Mixmaster. And who was the other one I had? I don't remember which one the other one was. I can't think off the top of my head. But yeah, we'll tackle leg mode for this guy when the big day comes when we combine them all. But yeah, this is fucking... I'm so happy with this. I liked it in the beginning and I even like it now. Even after all this time, I'm still very happy with this. So what's this? Just this head quickly. Since we're here, I'll have to watch another person's video to see. It's not even the same face. Something like a completely different bot. You know, his faceplate. This is a V, and that's like got a panel in the middle. His eye comes in like 3 sections. Head different. I don't know who this is supposed to be for. There's nothing in the instructions about him. So, but I mean, also I've bought all these as a set. And also the chaps had these out of the box and then put them all back in. So maybe some things have got a bit crossed, but he's complete. He looks good, and he's got a bonus sticker, and he's got his gun and instructions. So no real complaints here so far. 1 of 6. Very, very happy. A few minor problems here, but overall, I remember there being something with the forearms. Maybe that's not how the instructions tell you to put it, but I don't see a better way for them to live than how that is set up there. But if I'm happy with how I've got it, I'm not gonna spend time and effort looking for what is possibly a worse way of doing it. So yeah, yeah, well happy with this. Well happy with this. I hope that hasn't been too long. This joint here is, I think, for the foot leg mode, but it's not. It's not really a massive problem for the robot, you know. Like every time you move the leg, it's as long as when you're moving the knee, if you put pressure there and then there, so you're doing it, so you're putting pressure like that, it'll be fine. But if you're just trying to do that, it's going to obviously move that joint. If you put some like counter pressure there, it won't be a problem. Like it's not stupid loose, and if it was to get loose, just that screw, just tighten that screw up. And that's what these heads change with as well. A little tiny screw in the back of the head. You can see that. But yeah. There you go. I think this is the first one as well. I believe this is the first one that I've got. Is this like marked as number 1? None of them numbered. Don't recall seeing. Oh yeah, there you go. Oops, sorry mate. There you go. 15 plus GT1A. 2015-17, that's when it came out. Holy shit, that's nearly 10 years ago. That is 10 years ago. That's fucked. That is fucking ridiculous if that was 10 years ago. That can't be right. That can't be right. God. Oh, dearie me. Sounds like we made in China. Yeah, these are quality as well. I wish that this company had managed to stay. Although at the time I didn't have the money to get all this stuff. all the different directions the stylisation was taking things, and the real world fighting with the cartoon. It was a fucking free for all. Yeah, there you go. So I'm guessing this is A, and the whole team is GT1. This is A, GT1A. But yeah, so very happy with this. Fucking some of the best, like, book for this, like, I mean, that I've looked at anyway. Even some of the other third party stuff I used to have. I used to have X-Trans bots of Polygon. Was that a Generation toy? Oh, I did what was Prime had as well. I forget. No, it wasn't Generation. I forget. It was a long time ago. But yeah, this is very happy with this. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with this. I might do a couple of these just in a row. I'll probably do all the ones that I've had before in one sort of like row or something, and then yeah, we'll just see. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for indulging me, or letting me indulge. Yeah, it looks so fucking good, doesn't it? I just wish the green was coming off a little bit better on camera. But there you go. But yes, thank you for watching. Well, that's a little bit of a... You can see the green a little bit better there. Yes, thank you for watching. Goodbye.